What's up, G's? Prince Fortunatus in the building. Now, I actually got a great question from one of my subscribers on YouTube. And what he essentially said was, Prince, how can I use my body language in a way that I appear more confident, I appear more dominant, I appear cooler, people take me more serious when I talk? That's actually a fantastic question because that's something that I haven't touched in great detail. And the way I also understand the question is much deeper than otherwise people would. Because what he's essentially asking me, that's how I call it. What he's essentially asking me is, Prince, how do I develop swag factor? Now, if you guys don't know, swag factor is an essential component to your aura. You know, when they talk about how to get a female, they'll be like, yo, you need money, you need status, you need a sense of style. What they never ever tell you is you need swag factor. So what is swag factor? Swag factor essentially is you walk into a room or you're talking to a girl and she can just feel you. She can just feel your presence. The same way a rabbit would just sense the presence of a fox. And you know what I'm talking about. You have walked into a room or you have seen someone walk into a room and then there was just this one guy and for some reason you just can't stop staring at him. Or when he's talking to you, for some reason, you're just like, there's something about him. There's this energy behind it. It's almost like an aura. And that's what I'll call the swag factor. How cool are you? Now, I'm not gonna even start talking about some nerd shit here. Because you watch other YouTube channels and they just give you nerd shit. Oh yeah, and then you put your shoulders up and then you talk in a downwards tone. Like, all that is basic. And look, I've even made a video how to speak like a G, and I'll touch upon all that, how to actually speak like you are a boss. But in this video, I'm gonna go one step deeper, how to develop swag factor. So the number one way in how to develop swag factor is you need to develop your athleticism. Or better spoken, you need to learn how to push your body to its limits. Let me tell you one thing. Some of you guys will feel attacked, but frankly speaking, I think the gym is fucking easy. I don't think there's anything inherently difficult about going to the gym. In my world, I do track. Going to the gym is literally seen as a off day. It's seen as an easy day. Oh, just lifting some weights. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. It is nothing compared to sprinting your ass off. You're on the last rep. You know that you're probably gonna puke and you're still going that last rep and destroying your body. And I'm not a fighter, for example, but I have friends that fight. And I know, and I've fought myself before, right? I've been in camps. There's nothing compared to being on that last round and you basically cannot even move your body anymore. And you're still swinging and you still have to watch your technique and you still have to execute correctly. That is something that goes way deeper beyond just I'm going to the gym, bro. And when it comes to swag factor, that is something that will create presence because people are not fucking stupid. Think about it like this. Let's look back in the evolution of things. Evolutionary psychology. Let's say you're in a fucking tribe and you just mind your business and all of a sudden there's this nigga that comes up and you can just see for some reason, like just the way he moves his body and he's fucking jacked and his shoulders are popping out and then you just start hearing stories where he just fucking hunted down that mammoth and he was fighting the saber-toothed tiger and that guy, you don't want to mess with him. That's what I'm talking about. They don't say this about the guy who's just in the gym doing biceps curls. He might look a little bit, dangerous, I guess. But trust me, these guys usually are the worst pussies. And I've seen this even when I go into athletics events. When I was younger, like 18, I would go to these athletics events and they were like the adults and they were sprinting super hard. And it's just the way they moved and the way they were doing things. They just had this aura about them, like this superior. They were just better. Do you understand? Like their body it was just emanating this aura of like, yo, I'm at a higher fucking vibrational level when it comes to the way my body operates. And girls pick up on that. There is a reason girls like taller guys. And I'm not even the tallest myself. I say this all the time. I'm like, what, 5'7"? I'm not the fucking tallest. But best believe if I walk into a room, people will fucking notice. Because it's just something about me. I'm fucking 5'7", fucking jacked. My fucking muscle density is through the fucking roof. The fucking V-taper, my shoulders are going literally like this. 100% mesomorph. I can run, I can sprint. I'm extremely powerful. If I probably punched you, you could probably die. Do you understand? That creates aura because it's dangerous. If you look literally like some soy guy and your muscles are all soft, and you walk into a room and it's just all drapey, and it's just all like, ugh. That is not a way to be cool. And you will see your body language will instantly reflect that. Because once you talk to someone who's even on the same level as you or above, you will instantly cower. When I talk to people, usually I try to even conduct myself, and we'll talk about this in the second way to create swag factor. I try to conduct myself in a way that tries to minimize potential threat. Because I know when people are near me, they're like, fuck, if this guy's unhinged, I don't know what he's gonna do. I'll literally be in arguments with people, and I hear later, they're like, yo, bro, like, you gave me the impression that you wanted to beat me up. And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? Like, well, what do you mean now I tried to beat you? I didn't want to try to beat you. I was just talking to you. Like, nah, bro, like, I know you just seem like some big, buff, aggressive black dude. And yeah, that fucking creates aura. In my scenario, yeah, big, buff, aggressive looking black dude. And now comes the funny thing. If I didn't come up to you and I'm pretty nice, and I shake your hands, and I'm sensible, and I'm intelligent, now the aura even works in the opposite, because now you're like, damn, this nigga was pretty nice, you know? Imagine like a 6'4" giant, fucking jacked. You heard like crazy stories about him. He's an MMA fighter. He's broken skulls before. And you're literally scared because you're like, fuck. Okay, let's actually just take a real person. Let's take Mike Tyson. And he comes up to you. And you're shitting your pants already. And he's like, hey, dude, what's up? Da-da. You're like, oh, shit. Like, he's cool. But then, like, he does this fast movement. And then you twitch. You're like, oh, shit. That is aura, my guys. And you only get that if you become a dangerous individual in a certain sport. Now, I would say the best thing you can do is fighting, because fighting is gonna instinctively give you that. There is a reason why fighters say once they fight, they instantly feel more confident. You can spot a fighter miles away just by looking at him, the way he's like walking, conducting himself, and even things like Navy SEALs guys. There is a reason why you can just sense it. I was once in the pub 2 years ago, and I was talking to these two guys, and apparently they were military style workers. They were literally from the US, but traveling abroad, disguised as regular citizens, but they were in the military. And there was this one dude, one out of them, and he was just like so quiet, but at the same time when he talked, you almost got scared. I was like, bro, like, have you killed people in the past? Like, you just look so fucking scary. So that's what I mean. You need to actually prove to your mind, to your body, that you're a dangerous individual. The best way to do that is through sports. Not just the gym, but even if you were in the gym, do some hard shit in the gym. Not just like, oh yeah, 12 reps of biceps curls, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't do shit. Now that's the first way how to develop swag factor. The second way how to develop swag factor is through the mind. We talked about the physical part. Now we're talking through the mind. Let's put it like this. What use is it if you are this uber G, athletic uber G when it comes to athleticism, but then you can't even talk to a girl, bro? Or you're literally autistic, you're afraid to talk to people. And there are people like that. And they still have swag factor depending on how athletic they are. But then you just see the way to talk, it just all crumbles away. So what you need to do is you need to prove to your own mind that you're ready to take emotional risks, that you're ready to take risks that are associated with the mind. Now, what are risks that are associated with the mind that you can conquer, that you can take and conquer? For example, building a business. Once you build a successful business, your entire aura will change. When I started building my business in 2021, 2022, when I came back and I met my friends, now they're not friends anymore, because what usually happens is if you are way, way better than your friends and you make way more money, they get jealous, and then the whole dynamic kind of breaks down. But my friends back then, let's put it like that, especially one friend, he told me, Prince, you changed. Well, yeah, I'm making like 5 figures a month now. Back then, I'm making way more money. I have 6 figures in the bank, and of course I'm different. Just the way you look at people will be a little bit different. You'll have like these shark eyes. You just hold a little bit higher eye contact. You just be a little bit more comfortable. The way you shake their hands, it's just gonna be more steady, and that creates swag factor. Now, other things. What do you think a difference is between a virgin and someone, let's say, not that you should do it, but let's say someone who has had sex with 100 girls. Whenever he goes on a date with that girl, he's just gonna be different. Just the way he talks, the way he moves, it's just gonna be better, more confident, more killer instinct. Do you understand? Like, no hesitation. Do you understand what I'm saying? That creates swag factor. The fact that you did things that are extremely difficult, that not the usual people would do. Going to a random country alone with no friends and being there and learning the language. I can bet you guys, if you pack your bags today and you flew to fucking Colombia and you just stayed there alone for 8 months, you gotta have more swag factor when you come back, because you just did something different. You took a risk. And that's not even take Colombia. Colombia's just a shithole anyway. But let's just take some random South American country or some random African country. How cool cool would it be if you told me, yo, bro, I've been in fucking Congo for the last 8 months. It was scary because sometimes in the night I would hear shootings and they would tell me to stay home. This one time I was talking to this dude and I was afraid he was gonna kidnap me, but then I used my smarts to kind of evade it. How different would you be? How different would your swag factor be? Because you would be more comfortable. You fly back to the Western fucking soy countries and you just better, you're just more confident, it's cooler, less hesitation. You understand what I mean? You need to start taking risks that are associated with the mind. Looking at a girl, let's say you have a girlfriend and you just know the last girlfriend, the reason she's not with you anymore because she just fucked up somehow. She looked through your phone because she thought you were cheating, so then you broke up with her. The next girlfriend you have, she's gonna like sense that. She's gonna just know that you play less games. Just the way you talk to her. Do you understand what I mean? So that's how you develop swag factor, and it's gonna reflect in your body language. Because at the end of the day, do you think like 100 years ago they had YouTube and that way they could Google how to or YouTube how to become more swaggy and have more swag factor? No, they didn't have that. It was just pure body language because of the things they did. So make sure you guys work on that, and you will have more swag. You will fuck more pussy. You will make more money, and your life will be better.